Jerry Dowd's sister tells me this is a very bittersweet moment for their family, but they're relieved they finally have some closure after nearly 18 hours of searching.
Acting Moundsville Fire Chief Ronald Walker has been charged with first-degree sexual abuse after he forcibly placed the hand of an adult person he knew on his exposed genitalia without their consent for, quote, sexual gratification.
During the 10 o'clock, it wasn't too bad, but now it is pouring down rain. We're on Heritage Port right now, and parts of it are covered by the Ohio River. You're walking down the street and you notice a large package on somebody's porch marked fragile. What goes through your mind? Well, for one Bridgeport woman, her reaction was to steal it. We're being told the victim's name is Ahmed Salem Hinton of Wheeling. According to police, Hinton died shortly before 5 a.m. at the Ohio Valley Medical Center after being shot here on South Penn Street early this morning. On Easter Sunday, Steve Stevens allegedly took a Facebook Live video of himself walking up to 74-year-old Robert Godwin, then shooting him and leaving the scene. The saying goes, once baseball season is back, so is summer. Well, Pittsburgh didn't quite get the memo. I'm here at PNC Park for the Pirates home opener, and the weather is far from spring-like, but the fans aren't letting that affect them because the Buccos are back. We get straight to our top story. A man wanted out of Pennsylvania for attempted murder is now in police custody. Thanks for joining us for 7 News at 11. I'm Nick Conigliaro. We get straight to breaking news now at 11. A plane crash north of Beverly in Washington County, Ohio has left multiple people dead, according to the Ohio State Highway Patrol. Belmont County commissioners are keeping a close eye on Ohio Governor John Kasich's proposed budget.
News reporter Nick Conigliaro was first on scene, and he joins us live from...
Well, Tate, at the top of the stadium, part of the structure is cracked, causing a noticeable movement. Ohio County officials are worried it could come down, so they're taking all precautions necessary to ensure everyone's safety.
It was brought to our attention by an Ohio County Schools employee this morning that the wall at the top of the stadium had shifted.
Wheeling Island Stadium was built in 1987, and the stands really haven't seen any major renovations since. Ohio County Superintendent Kim Miller believes time and weather mixed with wear and tear have caused the structure to move. They aren't exactly sure how this happened, though.
Until we're able to get up there, the structural engineer, and get a look at it and get it out of there and bring it down to the ground and inspect it, we just don't know.
Miller tells me they are working as quickly as possible to get this problem solved through the holiday weekend.
Being that it's Good Friday, we're doing our best to contact a engineering construction company that can come in and take a good look at it.
The county worked with Wheeling law enforcement to close down South Penn Street from South Stone and Fink Street until at the earliest Monday.
If that were to fall and people would be either driving or walking by, that would be a potential hazardous situation for them. So err on the side of the caution, and with minimal impact, I think we decided to go ahead and close that section of road until they can render that safe.
At the end of the day, Miller tells me protecting those in the area is priority number one.
It's just a structural issue that we want to make sure that we take every precaution possible to keep everybody safe and then correct it.
Now, there were lacrosse games scheduled to be played on the field tomorrow, but they will be moved to a different location or canceled. At this time, Superintendent Miller is unsure how much the construction will cost or when they'll be able to get it done due to the holiday weekend. We'll continue to update you as this story develops, but for now, live at Wheeling Island Stadium, Nick Conigliaro, working for you. Sorry, some boys and girls aren't able to play regular sports due to certain disorders. And in this case, Jackson Baker can't play any contact sports, so he swims. And a Special Wish Foundation helped make that a little easier. This is Jackson Baker. He's 3 years old, spirited, and has severe type A hemophilia, which means
he bruises very easily, and if there's overuse of joints, could actually have spontaneous joint bleeds. So swimming helps keep his joints healthy, and he absolutely loves swimming. He always talks about swimming, going to the pool.
And now going to the pool is a lot easier for Jackson thanks to a Special Wish Foundation.
I did it!
The organization surprised Jackson with his very own swimming pool, and he could not wait to jump in. And his family, well, they love it.
We were overwhelmed. We didn't really know how to react just because, we just really weren't expecting it.
For the people at a Special Wish Foundation, doing this for Jackson and his family was an easy choice.
To me, it's
really a no-brainer. We just want to sparkle some joy to them and just do something that will make them forget about what they're going through, just even if it's for a moment. So as soon as we saw the wish, we said yes.
As for how Jackson feels about his new pool,
Oh, I think he loves it. I think we'll be spending the rest of these 80 degrees weather days here, so.
So for a lot more of those, we'll be out here till it snows.
Yeah.
and Jackson has just one little message for a Special Wish Foundation.
Thank you.
A Special Wish Foundation received Jackson's wish for a pool on July 7th, and it was brought to his home yesterday before being revealed to him today. And the process, well, it went swimmingly. For 7 News, live in the newsroom, Nick Conigliaro, working for you.
Tough time for a lot of good folks here in the town.
Our top story tonight, an overnight fire in McMecken leaves one historic building in ashes. Thanks for joining us for 7 News at 11. I'm Nick Conigliaro. The First Church of God at the corner of 10th and Logan Street replaced a burned down church 110 years ago. And earlier today, history repeated itself.
Got a lot of help here real quick and tried to save it. Just wasn't possible.
This was the scene around 1 o'clock this morning. Multiple fire crews battled flames and smoke that started in the center of the church before engulfing the rest of the building. When the fire department arrived on scene, it was already too late to save it, according to McMecken Fire Chief Jeff Cady.
Usually the way they're constructed, it helps vent the fire, and that's probably what contributed to that, but at this time we don't have any cause.
The First Church of God has around 150 families in their congregation that will be affected by this tragedy, making the overnight fire all the more heart-wrenching.
Normally I'm a safety officer with the fire department, but last night it was Pastor Mitch, and just was emotional. A lot of hugs, a lot of support from our own parishioners.
Although they lost the building, they haven't lost faith. Pastor Mitch says they've been in the process of potentially creating a new building for a few years now. With this fire, they're looking to repeat what was done over 100 years ago.
We've been praying about what that building would look like, and it would have been up here on the corner. But now, given the circumstances, we'll probably look to see what we can put on this site and replace it here.
According to Chief Cady, there were 2 minor injuries due to the fire, but nothing life-threatening. The congregation will still be holding Sunday service tomorrow morning at the Benwood McMecken United Methodist Church starting at 10:30. The family of Jerry Dowd were on scene all day. His brother and sister tell me they're thankful to all the crews who are out here searching, and they just want to find their brother.
We're just hopeful that they find his body soon, because the waiting is so long, and we pray that we find him alive.
32-year-old Jerry Dowd of Wheeling has been missing after he fell off a boat where he was celebrating July 4th around midnight. People who were on the boat with him last night say they were pulling into the back channel of the Ohio River near the Etnaville Bridge when he went overboard.
It's a difficult situation,
The Wheeling Fire and Police Departments, along with Ohio search and rescue crews from Newark and Columbus, were out until dusk searching for the missing man. The teams are using sonar, searching shorelines, and dragging the bottom of the river to try and find Dowd. But the conditions of the river are making it a lot more difficult for the divers to find his body.
Visibility definitely hinders the search. I mean, generally if we can get in and get, 2, 3, maybe even sometimes great visibility is about 6 feet, it gives our guys that are diving a much better image of what they're looking at. In these conditions, they're basically by touch. They're feeling through the water trying to locate the body.
I spoke with Dowd's brother and sister who tell me they're still hopeful, and they've just been praying that they're able to find him alive.
I hope that maybe he's up on a bank and, in the bushes, and he'll wake up pretty soon.
They continue to say their brother Jerry is the type of person who would do anything for anyone.
Everybody that met him knows what kind of person he is. Wonderful, wonderful human being, loving, great father, great son, great brother.
A very sweet, very loving, compassionate guy.
At this time, officials have not found Dowd's body, but they will continue their search efforts tomorrow morning. For 7 News at the back channel of the Ohio River, Nick Conigliaro working for you.